So I wasn't going to do a video today until I saw this article from WCCF Tech that was talking about Microsoft's head of Xbox operations would rather compare the Xbox One X to a higher-end PC, and I kind of wish Microsoft would stop doing that. What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. Yeah, that's right. I wasn't gonna make a video today. There wasn't anything out there that kind of caught my interest. And sometimes that just happens. You know, I need something to talk about. Nothing out there was interesting. But I saw this article eventually. It says it was posted 11 hours ago. I finally saw it like an hour ago. And I wanted to comment on it because I kind of wish Microsoft would stop comparing the Xbox One X to a higher-end PC. And before I even make any other statement after this, I don't know much about PC gaming. I don't know much about tech. But there are some things I do know. I know that higher-end PC is better than consoles. Even some mid-range PCs are better than consoles. If you want the absolute best visual quality, the highest resolution, the highest frame rate, all the options that, you know, you can possibly choose from FOV sliders, etc., you're going to get a high-end PC. Now, of course, those are expensive. You can build them for, what, $1,000, $2,000, whatever, $3,000. But they are going to give you exactly what you want. And that is that high-end experience. Now, Microsoft is trying to kind of give their own Xbox users that experience with the X, right? Because just like on PCs, with high-end PCs and mid-range and low-end, you have the Xbox One S. And it is kind of the low-end Xbox. It's going to play games. I'm not going to, the worst, I guess, out of the family of Xbox, right? And then you have the X, which is going to play games at a much higher resolution, a more stable frame rate, and all that stuff. Better graphics, yada, yada, yada. So it's set up like a PC in that sense. Of course, you have to pay for it. The S is $250, almost going to be $200, while the X is $500. But in my eyes, even though the X is way more powerful than the Pro is, which it should be because it's coming out a year later and it is $100 more expensive, I still think if you're comparing console things, and these are consoles, that you would compare the X to the Pro, not the X to higher-end PCs. Because I think when you make that comparison, the only one that comes out on the losing side is, to me, the X, because higher-end PCs can do a lot more. Now let's break down what Mr. Dave McCarthy said, who is the Microsoft head of Xbox operations and general manager of Xbox services. Now, when he was asked about how the 4K capable Xbox One X compares to the Pro, he said that he would rather compare the performance of the X to what high-class PC setups are doing now. He says, I'd make more of a comparison to what the higher-end PCs are doing right now. There's a big difference with 40% more processing power in terms of ensuring that consistent frame rate, including that frame buffer that's going to get you all those 4K textures, and ensuring the spatial audio is going to be the premium view. So it really is that top-end experience. Look, if you're comparing the Pro to the X, you win all those comparisons. It's an easy comparison. You are a better system than the Pro on a tech level, just as the original PS4 was then the Xbox. It has 40% more processing power, blah, blah, blah. The games are going to look better, and they are going to run better on the Xbox One X than any other console at the market. That, I think, is the play. That is what you need to kind of get across to people, and I think Digital Foundry is doing a good job of that at the moment. But I think when you're comparing it to the PC, it's like, who are you trying to target with this PR? Because I'm always thinking like, okay, what are they trying to say with this PR piece? And the gamers, the PC gamers that game on PC, that have high-end rigs that are $2,000 or whatever, that have been gaming at 4K 60, right? They don't want an Xbox One X because it's basically a lesser performing machine than the one they currently have. So I don't understand why they constantly use that comparison with PC, because you're not going to get any PC gamers to suddenly be like, well, you know what? I did spend way too much money on this PC. I'm going to get an X. You know? That's not going to happen. And PS4 gamers who have a Pro, all you need to say is like the games are going to run better because we have this, that, and the other. And maybe they'll be like, you know what? I'm not that tied to Sony. I'll pick up this other machine and I'll buy my multiplats on the Xbox One X. And then you got them. So I kind of feel like the comparisons made between the X and the high-end PC market is they're not valid to me. I don't know. And you know, the high-end PC, the mid-range PC, the low-end PCs, there's never a price range given. Like, what exactly to Microsoft is a high-end PC? Is it $1,500? Is it $2,000? Is it $3,000? I mean, what is when he says higher end PC? What exactly is the threshold for high end PC? Is it $500? Well, it can't be $500. But I just wonder, what does he mean? I mean, everybody has different kind of assumptions on what a high end PC is versus a mid range PC, and I mean, to say that you can compare the X to high-end PC, I mean, even I know that you can't do that. PCs can just do more, you know? I don't know if they're talking about the 4K Blu-ray player that the Xbox One X has that most PCs don't, which is like a big value add. Maybe they're talking about that. But I mean, even in this quote, it talks about the processing powers and getting 4K textures, but like high-end PCs can do that. So that's why I think like Microsoft should just stop comparing the Xbox One X to a high-end PC. Just compare the X to its competition. And the competition for the X is the PlayStation 4 Pro. They're both mid-gen upgrades. And Sony is, you know, that version is the one you're targeting. I just kind of feel like the comparison to PCs is unwarranted. But that's just me. That's just me. And then he wants to go on and he says that the Xbox One S and the Pro are more comparable. Basically because, you know, they both do HDR gaming, they both have 4K video streaming capabilities and 4K Blu-ray support. Then he says there are only 2 consoles in the world that support 4K Blu-ray, and they're both Xbox One S's. And yeah, that is true. You got to drum that up in the marketing, get that out there in the PR. If you want to, you know, use physical Blu-rays, there only is 1 console or 2, but they're all Xboxes, the S and the X. That is something you can then and market. But even still, like, I don't really see the Pro competing with the S or the S competing with the Pro. In my eyes, S competes with the Slim. Slim's $250, the S is $250, the Pro's $400, the X is $500. The Pro and the X are competing with each other. The S and the Slim are competing with each other. Regardless of oh, well, the S has a Blu-ray player and the Slim doesn't, most people don't see it like that. Most people will go in there and they'll see on Black Friday PS4 Slim or PS4 for $199 with the game, and they'll see Xbox One S $199 with the game. Those are the ones they're going to compare in their heads. And then the same thing with the Pro and with the Xbox One X. That's the comparison. You know, I don't know. Anyways, what do you guys think? Am I wrong in kind of just wishing that Microsoft would stop comparing the Xbox One X to PCs, high-end PCs? What exactly is the price range of a high-end PC? Because they don't really give any here. So what does Microsoft consider to be a high-end PC? I just wish they would just compare it more to the Pro and just beat it into people's heads that this is the console for you if you want all the multi-platform games running best on a console. Then the Xbox One X is your choice. That is what they need to get across. Comparing it to the PC is just, I think that's just a failing strategy. Or trying to compare it to a PC is a failing strategy. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel for more content. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.